Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Freaking idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
Welcome everybody to the S.B.I podcast. Today we have my Midwest brother, a very talented producer. He's worked on records with The Game, Kanye West, Dani Leigh, Chris Brown, Diddy, Machine Gun Kelly, Snoop, Rick Ross, just to name a few. He had beats in NBA 2K series and has another drop in February 8th on 2K24. He's opened his own studio called Ultrium Studios here in Los Angeles. Producer, entrepreneur, and all around great person, my dude, Chris Big Duke Malloy.
My dog, Maestro. That was a great intro, man.
You know, gotta give you flowers,
I'm gonna use that
man.
before a beat. No, just like.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Welcome.
How you feeling, bro?
I'm great, bro. I can't complain, man. I appreciate you having me on, man.
Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on, man.
You know, you my dog, so you know we be hanging, we be politicking, talking. I just got so much respect for you, man. How you move.
Thank you, man.
You diligent. You know, keep your word, man, of your word. About your goals, and every time I see you trying to achieve something, so it's like motherfuckers like that, I gotta hold them close. You know
Thank
what
you,
I'm saying?
brother.
So
Thank
I appreciate you, dog. I gotta give you your flowers. So.
Means a lot, man. Means a lot.
Definitely, man.
Well, I wanted to. It's funny, we kick it all the time, and you know, I know you're from Ohio, but like, I never knew like your full story.
Yeah.
So I want to know literally from square one when music came into your life.
Yeah.
What you thought you were going to do instead, if that was the case, or
just
you know how'd you got here, you know how you navigated to this point.
It's crazy. Like I got like one of them. Like when I was a kid, if I would have known that the music part of church, man, what? Every Sunday, I probably been a pastor or something. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know about the aspect. Like I used to go there and you know, just be old people talking, and then you hear the music for a second, kind of paying attention to see what's going on, and then man, next thing you know, it's just like, man, I'm sleepy, dog. I need to get out of here. You know, so I wasn't able to find music that way. You know, like a lot of my peers. That came later in life, and even like my aunt bought me a keyboard when I was like in 3rd, 4th grade. And you already know I grew up in that black household, black mama. Mom in that joint off key on everything. My mom would come in there like, boy, if you don't turn that, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't doing it right.
Yeah. Turn that off right now, right? You know, so I wasn't, and it wasn't that anything against her. Like, you know, I don't come from that kind of family where it's like musical. I come from like the blue collar, man. Everybody, you know, get up, get you a job. That don't work, get you a resume. That don't work, go to school.
Right.
Don't work, go to the army. You know what I mean? Anything but nigga stay in my house eating everything up and not paying no bills, right?
Talking about you got some dream going on.
Man, so, yo, I did the typical American thing. I graduated from high school, applied for college, you know, did all the little leg work to get in, got into college for electronic engineering. Went to the University of Akron. Had a lot of friends there. Like I was cool with Rome Trav, which is LeBron's boy. I knew a lot of people. They all went to that same school. So that was a cool experience. But when I started figuring out it was a desk job, I'm like, damn, I'm about to sit at a desk? Oh, fuck no. Like this ain't me. Like
no.
I'm loud. I talk, you know what I mean? They gonna have to put me in the corner like in elementary school because I talk too much, right? So I was like, this ain't gonna work for me. So I'm like, man, school ain't it. You know, I didn't think about changing majors. I didn't understand none of that. I was just like, this ain't gonna work. I'm cool. I'm gonna go back home. And you know, what they don't tell you is when you don't finish school and you come back home, it's like burn, 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 burn. Like that shit. Like man, like hey, bro, you know what I mean? You can't even like anything you doing. Job coming in it. You know what I mean? You be making the sandwich. They be like, yeah, you know, you pretty good at making sandwich. Maybe you can get a job making something. You know what I mean? You can't do nothing. You be sitting on the porch. You look nice sitting on that porch. Maybe you could get a job sitting on. You know what I mean? So
they got jobs for that?
Yeah. So, you know, I came back home, was dealing with that with my family. And one of my friends, which his name is Chip the Ripper, you know, he was rapping at the time.
Oh, yeah. I know Chip. Shout out to Chip.
Yeah, we just kind of linked. And we, you know, we've been friends since we was kids. But he's just like, yo, man, I want you to help me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We don't know what, like, our, you know, the position is. It's just like, you rapping, and I'm the dude to tell everybody about it. In that journey, I became like a manager and understood that, you know, certain things I had to do, book shows and all of that stuff. I was just always good with like dealing with people, talking to people. I'm a people person. So that turned into the management role right there. So, I'm this manager. Things that's working out on the local level where the whole city starts to mess with us and we doing shows. And then it starts to happen regionally because we start going to Chicago and Detroit and linking with Big Sean and all of these Chicago artists and all that stuff. And then that eventually like led us, to a point where we were coming to California for the first time. We came to California for the first time on Cuddy's tour. Okay. On that tour, I met Kanye, I met Diddy, Polo, the Don, Amber Rose, all kind of just like, I'm like, whoa, go from like being around Cleveland people to A-list, go around being from underground rappers to A-list. So I was like, wow, this kind of access exists in California. Man, I need to get out of Cleveland. So I get back to Cleveland. I'm talking so bad about Cleveland. They like, what you mean? What you mean the sun be shining, everybody smoking weed, everybody happy? I'm like, damn, y'all niggas mean here.
You don't know.
Yeah, all y'all do is complain, work, and be cheap here. I hate it here. Talking mess. So it took me like 2 years, brother. And I kept doing that. Man, when I save up $1,500, when I save up $2,000, nigga, I had $700, a plane ticket, nigga, and 3 outfits. And I was like, nigga, I am out. I have to go. I don't know. I can't do it here no more. And not that it wasn't working out in Cleveland, but it was like I hit that ceiling, and I was looking for a challenge, man. Like I wanted to grow as a man, like grow my career, really do this. I really wanted to pursue it and not just be like somebody that kind of worked in music, but somebody that like dove all the way in and just, inside out. So I moved to LA.
And that was before even starting to make beats?
No, I'm making beats the whole time.
Okay.
But it was like, the story of how I started making beats was I had a friend named, actually one of my big homies, Chase. Chase is like the free Chase. Chase had this laptop. Don't know how he got it or whatever, but he was opening his trunk and he was getting somebody's trunk and I seen the laptop. I'm like, yo, what's that, Chase? He like, what's the laptop? I'm like, oh, that's hard. He was like, you want to use it? I'm like, yeah. Hell yeah. Brand new laptop. Free. Okay. Free as me, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So he gave me that joint. And then one of my other homies, I put Fruity Loops on there just randomly. Cause I'm like, man, I'm gonna try this shit again. I was trying it in college, wasn't working, annoying the shit out of my roommate. Just couldn't put nothing together. Not even an idea. I was trying to sample like Mr. Sandman. I was trying to sample shit like that. That nigga in there looking at me like, man, I can't beat this big nigga up. But he don't turn this off.
Head ass.
Bro, I'm trying to head ass, right? So anyway, Ty comes through, my boy Ty. Shout out to Fly Ty, 216, rapper from Cleveland. We be joking back and forth. That's still my boy. But he showed me how to use Fruity Loops, and he a rapper. And he was like, yo, man, I know how to use Fruity Loops. You just got to do this, and you got to drop the drums in here. That nigga started showing me. I'm like, I'm a visual learner. So I started seeing. I say, oh, you got to do that. I stayed up all night. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you already know. You're creative.
Oh, trust.
So especially when you first learn how to do it, and you like, I'm good at this, and then I am a fucking like a serial. Like I would be a serial killer. Of course, I wouldn't be a serial killer, but I'm just like one of them. Like I'd be like
meticulous.
Into some shit.
Yeah, you just
treacherous about it.
It absorbs you.
Yeah, just man. So I just dove in, was doing that shit every day when he showed me how to do it. But anyway, that was like 07. So I had been working for years. I had a couple cuts by the time I moved to LA.
Okay.
I did stuff with Chip. I worked on like the Cleveland show. Mr. Joint in there called OU, which one of like my favorite joints forever that I made. And I started it with the bass line.
That's on the Cleveland show?
Yeah.
That's so sick, bro.
And then Currency had a joint called Audio Dope. I did. And it was like his big first internet like blog joint. I did that joint. But I didn't know what I was doing. I was just making beats. I sent a couple emails, or I'd be making a beat and Chip be like, yo, that's dope. I'm about to rap on that. All right, cool, whatever. But I'm just the manager.
Right.
I don't care about it. It's working, like full on working. People know me for it, and I don't care about it.
That's amazing.
It's so weird, bro, right? And when I got here, I was like, man, I want to take this serious. Maybe I need to do this full time. Maybe this is what I really need to do. And I was around my boy Yanni, and I was watching Yanni do sessions, and he working with writers, and you know, I didn't even know they writers. They people come in and I'm like, okay, I'm thinking they're artists and they doing a song and I'm like, yo, why you ain't finish the word? You know, kind of just ruining the session. And they like, no, we said it is the such session, kind of looking at me like, yo, how you don't know? You know, I had no clue that people like wrote whole songs for people. I had no clue.
Right.
Like I had been around like the cypher era where it's like we in a room, some rappers, a person rapping, a person might toss a bar or whatever, but I never seen like somebody lay a reference of a whole song and then somebody record
Send
it.
it to somebody.
Yeah, that's how country I was, right? And so I'm seeing Yanni doing that, and I kind of was learning that process. So I'm like, you know, they're the writers there. Yanni had did like some hits. Then I had like some internet songs. I didn't have no records. But Yanni had did a bunch of stuff, so all the people were around. So it's like I'm meeting them, shaking their hand. They looking like, you know, damn, what the hell you doing around Yanni? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
okay, what you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm a producer. You know what I mean? And so, you know, that was a blessing because I was able to kind of watch him, see what he do, and then also build my own relationship. So definitely shout out to Yanni for opening that door here, him and my boy Bishop, because Bishop had the studio that we were renting when we first got here. So yeah, man, that was when I got here. It's really when I first I started taking being a producer actually serious. I had been doing it years prior, but yeah, 2012, 13 was like, all right, Big Duke, you a producer. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That's dope to hear that. I remember the first time I picked up a DAW, it was Reason.
Oh yeah.
And yo, I pressed tab and I was like, I closed that bitch. I was done because I was like, what is all this? All them cables. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, no. I'll stick with my Trident and my MP. I had an MPC and the Trident, so I'm like, I'll stick with that. But
that shit hilarious to me because it's like sometimes when I be in sessions and I'm like on my computer working, and there's people there that don't like, they love music, but they don't create music. They don't even know what the hell you doing on your computer. That shit look like Tetris. They just like,
it just looks crazy. You're just making blocks, and you're just like, what?
And I can hear them, and you understand it. And then, you know, we get to talking the language. You saying VSTs and plugins. They just looking like, man, I don't know what you like, bro. You're speaking. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we like aliens, bro.
It's a different language.
Yeah.
It's a different language, and it's understanding what does what. Like I've realized it's a universal language, though, even between me learning Premiere after knowing how to use Ableton. Yeah. Or like, same, like I had Reason, didn't really use it. Then I think my first DAW that I really used was Logic. Yeah. And then I understood Logic. I think I got Logic 8.
Okay, I remember Logic 8.
Yeah. And so I started with that. Then I went from Logic to Ableton. Then from Ableton to, I tried Cubase for a bit, learned Pro Tools for vocals. Yeah. You know, it's all those different like building blocks. It's crazy. Have you used any of the AI stuff for beat making yet?
No, I haven't, man. I got familiar like with a couple of the companies and stuff. Like I spoke to a couple of people. I haven't. Probably the closest I got is like using like the Rip X, which is like the Serato, which is like the stuff that like stems, you know, certain stuff out. For me, like for texture stuff. You saw the stems. You saw the stems, MPC stems is coming out. Man, bruh, I told you my MP in the shop when I seen it. I was like, God, what you doing, man? Yo, did you see what's the name leak though? I think it's the 32 key.
Oh, they're coming out with a 32
So, you know,
key?
they got a 61. Yeah, they doing, was it 37? Whatever the number is.
Yeah.
37 keys, is that right? Or what,
it's usually 37, 61, then 76.
So they about to make a 37 key.
Damn.
I know, and you already know. It's like a Miko. It's like having a Miko, a small Miko.
Isn't it crazy how that came back?
I know. But you know what's funny though? Stuff always come full circle.
That's true.
Like who used to use the Miko? Yanni used to use the Miko. Yanni, Timberland, Polo to Dime.
Bro, I have a Nico out there.
Oh, you got one?
I have a Nico.
That's what it's called, a Nico. I said
well,
Nico.
No. They had a Miko. The Miko was the really little guy.
Okay.
And then they had the Nico, and then they had the.
I didn't know you had one in there. You got one in there?
I got one in there with what is it? Windows XP.
Yeah, for real. Because you can't go past that on there.
No.
Yeah.
I think you were able to upgrade the whole.
I remember. I think Yanni had Ableton on his, and he had like everything, like every VST possible.
It's a PC computer.
You know what I've been thinking about? Get one of them handhelds.
Oh, the Ableton on it. Steam Deck.
Yeah, and putting Ableton on it.
Yeah, that would be hard.
You know what I'm saying?
That would be hard.
And then just dropping all the. You know what I mean?
I heard Pierre does that with FL.
Okay,
Yeah,
but you know what? They got Logic on our iPad. I seen that.
I have seen that. They got Pro Tools on iPad now.
Man, come on, Ableton.
Yeah.
Hey, Ableton, man. I
Well,
know y'all
Ableton
hear
has
me.
that Note thing. Ableton Note, and it's not bad.
What is it?
It's called Note.
It's an app.
Yeah, it's an app, and it's like you kind of like draw the music. It's cool. It's like very loop based.
Man, if they just gave us a
Ableton.
small version of Ableton on the iPad, it's up. I'm showing up to the studio with my iPad. I ain't even bringing. That's
one thing I've always respected too. Like, you usher in new technology with your workflow very seamlessly. Like, you're not one of those people, like, once you got into the new NPCs, like, that was your thing. You know what I mean? You can have your laptop obviously track it in, but like, that's what you go with. And you, what are things that you look for? Like, I know the things I look for, but what are the things you look for to make it, to implement something into your workflow?
I think for me it's the fun aspect, right? And like, even I telling you, I was like, I love the NPC because it's you using your rhythm. Where it's like a lot of us like new school, new generational producers, we like clicking shit in, and we don't got a problem. It's like we get on the keys and mess around with some notes, but we click something in. If I could click the kick in or drop it in there, I just drop it in there. But it's something about just your rhythm, your beat. You know what I'm saying? That it makes it you. It's funny. I was with shout out to Cosign.
Oh yeah, my dog.
Yeah. I was with Cosign, and he was just explaining like his process and what makes him and his sound. And it was just like the rhythm and the velocity stuff and all that, because that's his pattern. Like him, it's his soul. It comes from his soul. So I think I look for stuff that you're able to add more personality of you out, and the thing that happen in like your brains. You know what I mean? So I'm driven by like shit like that, where it's like, yeah, I might have heard an idea like this, but it's some weird elements in here that's like this person's, but it's beauty to that. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's even with the old school technology. That was what was so cool about it. Like, you had these constraints. No, but that's what made you like the
oh my god,
what am I thinking? The SP.
Where you I was literally about to say that. SP
only sampled like, what was it, like 8 seconds across the whole, not even. Like across the whole thing.
But they was stacking. Man, my homie Happy was telling me that, Happy Perez. He was like, he was talking about like how much certain sounds, it'd be like a few sounds on one thing. There's nothing you could do about it. But it's just sound amazing in the mix and all of that stuff. But it's like, it'd be a kick, a hat, this,
and that's
sample, the snare, and that is on one thing. And you got 4 of them. You know what I mean? You got 4 tracks. So different thing. But I feel like when you put people in a box and make them more creative, like, I used to make crazy beats on my MPC app because it was limited. I went on my computer. I couldn't go to my hard drive. I couldn't open Contact and add 1,000 keyboard sounds. So I was finding ways to fulfill for it feeling full with just the things I had right there. And in that, it's like when people be in jail. Like, you ever see like the inventions? I seen these niggas was doing an ab roller. They had 2 Coca-Cola bottles. Like, taped together, and there was water in them. You know what I'm saying? And they was taped, and that shit was like, they run in there fucking chopped up. And I'm like, man, like, how long I would have had to been by myself to think about that? Because I am that kind of person. That's why, it's like, you that kind of person. You can sit and create and think of the most masterful. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? This setup, this shit came from, I know you. You sitting here thinking, you know what I'm about to do?
It was thinking a lot, too. That ain't going to go there.
So being confined in that space, you could come up with some crazy stuff. And I think that's like the perfect analogy for that, man. Less is more, for real.
100%. Yeah, well, it stretches your mind. That's what I'm worried about with the emergence of AI in music. Because we've already, the computer opened one barrier of entry to like a lot of people, which is dope. And people found really cool ways to manipulate these DAWs and these computers. But what's next? If things already sound so much alike, do you think things are going to backtrack? Like, we're going to see a lot more people actually playing instruments, a lot more people,
I think it always goes the other way, right? So it's like, when stuff go one way, then, now it's like, you watching people go viral from like their living room or even the internet, right? I was looking at like, I remember when you used to see recipes on the internet, everything professional, right? I'd just be like, what is ASMR? Motherfucker just smacking chicken breast. chopping lettuce, tomatoes. They take a bite and mustard shoot out the back of the sandwich, and then that shit got 10 million views, and they live in Omaha, Nebraska, and work in real estate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now they this internet sensation for being a chef, and they're not a chef. So, and I feel like, you know, the dope thing about that is to connect with people because it's organic. Because they're like, man, that look like my kitchen. I got that, man. I eat that. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's going back towards the way of things being more organic. Because the more they robotic, and then they all be the same, people get tired of that. It's like the filters, right? You go look through Instagram and you look at people's faces and they all look the same. You be like, man, there's no way everybody look like the same person, or they got the same like gloss to their skin or their hair.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even if they copying certain things, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's going back to being organic. Like even with fashion, right? I be like so confused with fashion because everybody who in the fashion is in a different year, right? But it's expression. So it's self-expression. Like I get it. Like I've been seeing everybody wearing the big ass clothes again. Like 2005. And I'm like, man, as a 37-year-old, I already went through that phase of my life. Like I'm not going back.
I'm not going back to that.
But I respect it. I see why y'all on that, and I get it. But I don't know. I guess I'll just keep moving forward, or maybe that's staying in the same place or whatever. But I just feel like, you know, a lot of like since the internet exists, it's easy to copy and see stuff. Where it's like if you was, you know, back in the day, we from different places, you would know. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%. I remember I used to go to Chicago. I think the first time I went to Chicago, I was like 19, 20 or something. And everybody had Jordans on, right? And it wasn't like now, like everybody got Jordans on because it's the internet.
Right.
It was like, no, you in Chicago, this from Michael Jordan played.
Everybody got Jordans.
This grandma, this grandpa, this janitor, this kid, this old Asian man, this Mexican lady, all got Jordans on because Michael Jordan played here, not because it's the cool thing on the internet.
Right.
You go to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got the tall tees on.
Man, the Dickie shorts.
And they socks a certain way, whatever it is. It's like the shoes a certain way, whatever. You know, you come here, everybody got the high socks on, Chucks.
Right.
I know I'm on the West Coast. I see Vans. And Chucks. You know what I'm saying? Even when I remember when I first moved out here and I got like my first pair of Vans and I was back in Cleveland, and it was like, oh, you a West Coast nigga now. You got on Vans. And I'm like, damn, I can't. And I'm like, but that's what it identifies with, right?
Right.
But that was 10 years ago when my friend said that, 12 years ago. Now, if I wear them, it's like, oh, yeah, I got a pair of them too. Because the internet connected all of us. And so everybody got access to everything.
I mean, white Air Force Ones used to never sell out.
115. They are $115. I seen that the other day.
Crazy. They used to be $80.
Listen, man, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Another clientele started buying them.
A year and a half ago, I was like, man, I ain't wearing the Air Force, man. And I needed an all-white shoe.
There's no better
and I broke
one.
down and bought a pair. And I was like, I remember the first day I wore them, I was like, I hate how these bitches feel. Like, and then I wore them again, I was like, man, they ain't really that bad. And then next thing you know, I bought another pair. I'm in New York. I go in like Stussy or something, one of them stores, and they like $100. I'm like, man, what? Bro, I used to pay I never forget the least amount I ever paid for something. I paid $35 for a real pair of Air Force Ones. By the way, in the hood, like we got all these stores, these certain little stores. We had this store called City Blue. Other cities got called City Trends. I think it's
when you said City Blue, I'm like, huh?
I think y'all call City Trends in Chicago, but it's the same. It's like owned by like Arabic cats.
Yeah,
they from like Middle Eastern or some shit like that, and then they just had a plug to everything. So I used to get forces from there for $35, $40, $50, and it really was just because I always shopped there. You know, so it's not,
right,
not
paying
taxes. Yeah, they like, oh, Duke, I got you.
This is not Foot Locker, people.
Man,
like,
so when I see 115, I'll be like, man, like the older I get, the more I'm gonna get hustled. Is that what I'm on?
Timberlands are out of control.
Oh, bro, I won. I just got a pair from Nordstrom Rack about 5 months ago for like $90. I didn't know they were $180.
Bro, they're $180.
They were like 120. No, back in the day, it was like 100.
It's like 100.
$99.
$99.
We had this place called Mr. Allen's. It'd be like 29, 250, Mr. Allen's. It's like that. It'd be like a cool dude on the screen. You know what I mean? He'd be like Timberlands, 2 for $99. It'd be like back to school or some shit. But yeah, them joints be like $100.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
It's
different era, bro.
Inflation and life has gotten extremely expensive.
It's people, bro. People buying shit that they not supposed to buy because somebody said it. It's like the Stanley Cup thing. Bro, I've been seeing so many people.
Bro, niggas who never cared about a cup in their fucking life. Stanley Cups, and then what's the other one?
Yeah. What is it?
It's another cup. You got the Stanley, and then you got the.
No, it's another cup.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
It's the. I can't think of the other one. It's like a tumbler.
Oh,
you have
okay.
Stanley, and then you have. It's usually
because that shit fucked me up.
It's made by people who. I'm trying to think of it. It's usually something that's used by like construction workers.
Oh, okay. Like not a flask.
It's like Carhartt, but it's not Carhartt.
Yeah.
It's
but they made a cup like a Stanley cup.
Yeah, well, it's like there's multiple. It's Stanley and there's another company, but people go crazy for these, and it's
like selling out a cup. It was a funny ass meme. It said, I see a lot of people with Stanley cups in their picture, but they really need Stanley to name. Say that carpet need to be clean.
I wonder. I just look at sometimes this generation and I go, because of the internet too, and it's what are you spending your money on? Like, I get it. If you're the person, I go to work every day. Yeah. Need me a reliable thermos. I live in a cold city like Chicago or Cleveland, and it's, I put my coffee or my soup or I get that.
Yeah.
But paying $45, $50, $60 for a cup. Okay. And most people who are buying these cups, we're not talking about the people who can just afford it. Like, it's a lot of people buying.
$50 cup is crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna get a plus side to it. I'm glad y'all drinking water.
They're not putting water in those cups.
Man, what they putting Sprite in there?
Coffee.
Oh, for real? That tall of a cup with coffee? Like iced coffee?
Yes, brother.
Oh, y'all drinking a gallon of coffee?
Or hot coffee. They drinking you're talking about these guys, right? Yeah, they're drinking coffee.
Oh my God. All right,
it's like the Starbucks. Starbucks also has cups.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, they do got their own cups.
Man, people collect them.
Yeah, I'm not a Starbucker. I mean, I guess I get like a medicine ball, some random, like I know what that is, but I don't think I ever been cool enough to be a Starbucker. Like, I respect it. I respect the Starbucks gang. Y'all got it. I meet somebody there looking important or something. Get a love, but it ain't really my vibe though.
Well, I mean, I get it, but shouldn't intake that much sugar. Like, let's just be realistic. You shouldn't intake that much sugar. Ridiculous. Then I always like to do like the little game of, let me see, open my calculator. Because when you break it down and you understand how much money you're actually spending on Starbucks, like $8 a day times, 365.
It's crazy.
Adds up.
It do. It's a vacation.
Yeah, it's a vacation.
It's a piece of your car or something. It's like, it's something. You know what I'm saying? It's something that could be utilized. Shit. It's a piece of an income tax check.
$2,920. $2,920.
Yeah, that's a vacation.
Yeah.
That's a nice little vacation.
Yeah. You're not going anywhere very far, but guess what? You're going further than to pick up the fucking Starbucks. I'll tell you that. You're going further than that.
Shit, $2,000 to the right person, bro.
It's a solid investment.
Everybody ain't trying to stay in no good hotel. They just get you an Ethereum. No, I'm just like get you one Ethereum. If you just take a year off Starbucks. No,
I don't know if that's where I'd put that money. I don't know. Do you get into the Bitcoin game?
Man, what's funny?
The crypto game.
I'm one of them people that I got either extremely good luck or extremely bad luck. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that dude that's white, be like, man, buy that stock. And then I buy it and then it be like, I made, $10,000. Or like, hey man, buy that stock. And then it hit zero, like right after I push send. And then my dude would hit me be like, yo, you ain't buy that stock, did you? You know what I'm saying?
I just heard some.
Yeah. So it's like, I didn't, when I got into crypto again, I didn't try to do it like how I should have, right? Where I'm like, I'm gonna study the market and understand all this thing. I'm just like, man, I'm gonna throw some money in there. So I made a little money.
Right. During the pandemic?
And then, and then I pulled out, and then, it turned into a video game after that. Oh, wonder if I can, try to win again.
Right.
Man, I put that in, and that joint went through the flow. I damn near owe money. Like they hit me like, "Hey, bro, you owe
your account is
it's negative."
Robinhood,
man, yeah, Robinhood. I was using a Coinbase.
Oh, Coinbase, yeah.
And then I did like the stake joint, where you stake the Ethereum. So I had like fucking 10 grand stuck in that for like 2 years.
Oh,
but then it dropped. It went up. It went up to like 20 grand. Then it dropped down to like $400. You know how it goes, $400, and then it finally went up to like 2 grand or something at one point. And I was like, man, give me my money out of that. And I put it in Robinhood and put it in Tesla. So I just sit when I do the Robinhood stuff. I just sit in stocks and stuff I believe in. I don't really like trade or nothing, but I'll do it like if I get paid like a chunk of money. I'm like, okay, cool. I just need to spend this money somewhere so I don't spend it or pay an extra bill or try to pay a credit card off too early, trying to be too responsible, but actually put it somewhere where it could possibly accumulate some money. And I have been like lucky, but no, I'm not the stock guy, man. I'm just the music guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, also you're a business guy. I mean, you even came out here, like you said, you came out here, what, 2012?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how long was it after that you opened Ultrium?
Ultrium, we started Ultrium in, was it 15 or 16?
Yeah,
we started
Nigga came out here and in 4 years had a studio.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? It lined up with what we had going already. So it was like I already got clientele and like relationships and people I deal with, and they just need a space to utilize. So it was like one of them, like, you like, oh, this a void I can fill. You know what I mean? Right. People would hit me and be like, yo, where the studio at, whatever. And I'm like, man, it need to be like a space where people just rent their own space out. Right. So we did that. So yeah, I mean, I figured that out. Again, I don't think at that time, I'm getting better at being a businessman. I think I always looked at everything as a hustle. So it was like the hustler in me was like, oh, I can take this money and multiply it, or shit, I can just have a studio where I work at basically for free because the clients book the space and it pays for itself. And I'm gonna need this anyway. Yeah, so it's like that part of it for me. If I can find things that pay for everything that I want to buy, I don't gotta even make the money. It could just go from one source to the other, as long as I can do it, right, or be a part of it. You know what I mean? So more things just like that, bro. You know? Yeah. We need to get in like a restaurant group where they open in 100 what's them joints, wing stops, and they just like, yeah, put 20 grand here and then in a year, you know, I don't give a fuck if it's $500 a month for the rest of my life. Cool.
It's better than a zilch. Yeah,
exactly.
Nah, I also think that's the thing too. It's you found opportunities and you're so good at breeding opportunities just because you only do things that feel good. Man, like I've noticed, like you don't deal with situations or people that are draining. You don't, like you really, I don't even want bring a certain energy to everything you do.
I don't even be wanting like the opportunities or the money from the draining situations. I'd be like, being an emotional person, right? That's like, if that feeling that comes from it, that's how I'm gonna treat it. So it's like, if it was annoying getting, it's like anyway I got money where it was like, I don't care. I just wouldn't care about the money I was spending the same way. I might just do something. Might take everybody out to dinner, and buy some stuff or whatever for people. But yeah, man. I don't know. I gotta be in a space that just makes sense for me, mentally, spiritually, and physically. Like, I don't know what you call that, but I just like peace, bro. I agree. It's a great thing. This candle smells great, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It was a Christmas gift.
Yeah, he got the fan. I knew it. I was like, Maestro ain't buy that candle. I look a little fancy, man. I don't know if he'd do that for himself. I don't know if I do that for myself. I will die. My girl got it for me. Look, the camera say the candle will be $100 candle. He'll be like, shit, I could put 100 more. Give me another camera. Man, I can use that camera to do this, that. Look, I know.
Listen, look, 2920 on the Starbucks. Hey, that's a black magic.
You feel me?
Second hand, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, let's go.
Be going crazy.
Now I can have 3 guests.
Yep. Trapper of the year.
Yeah, man, listen, bro. Man. So I wanted to talk to you, like, your fitness journey. Like, you work out a whole lot. Like, you was on that game even before I was on that game. Yeah. So like, what was your motivation for that? How did that
Man,
come about?
I was as a child I was obese. I always been a bit like a big kid. Always been athletic though. It's like I be your big friend, but it's like, bro, we can play every sport. We can go swimming, bowling. Nigga, I'ma be in there. I'll fuck
Right.
around, win, or be in the top. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like always been competitive and like athletic and all that stuff. I just was a larger kid. I unfortunately grew up in like the 90s, so
Right.
it's like the pizza, the spoiled, the Blockbuster, all of that. Nobody care about you gaining 1,000 pounds because they just like, oh, he's happy, you're a kid, man. Everybody
Right.
got money. It's when we doing good, So, most of my life, I wouldn't even necessarily say I battled with it because I didn't even know how big I was. And then one day I was just like, yo, I need to change this. And at that time I couldn't change certain things that was in my career. Because I had to just put in work, right, and be patient. So I was like, well, what can I work on? Okay, I'll work on me. And as I worked on me and chiseled away at me, everything else in my life changed. So,
Right.
for me, fitness is, I feel like the only thing that you do for yourself that directly like is for you.
Mhm.
Everything else is like for everybody else. You go to work so you can make money to pay bills. So I feel like fitness is something that when you work out, it directly affects you. If you do it right, you see the results on you. You can't even give them to nobody. You can't get, you know what I mean? Because
Facts,
some of us so much of givers, right?
Yeah.
I'm speaking in analogies, of course. We give so much that we give anything away. Like,
Right.
hey, take these muscles. Yeah, I worked for them, but yeah, you got them. You can have them.
Well, if you needed them, I'll give them to you.
You
Right.
feel me?
Right.
So I feel like it was the first thing that I kind of did for myself, and it made me feel good. And then people treat you different.
Yeah.
And they have different respect for you because they're like, man, you care for yourself. So then I became a person of interest in that aspect, where it's like people look to me for health, and I care about that because I care about people. I'm an empath. I get around people. I can feel your emotions. I want to know. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm
Yeah.
the same, and it's a great thing, but then it's so crazy because I know you've been in situations where you get around people and you're like, this isn't right,
Man.
or like just like this ain't. And it's funny, what we were just talking about. It usually comes in the opportunity or money situations.
Oh, of course.
It's never in just the good vibes. No, it's always when something's going on or it's for some big, whether it's company or
Man.
and then you're just around people and you're just like, this isn't.
Yeah, this ain't it.
This ain't it.
This ain't it. And I feel like if you on like a certain path in your life, man, God don't even allow you to like be a part of it. Even if you wanted it, you like,
Yeah.
I done been in some situations where I was like, man, I need this bread, bro. God was like, nope.
No, you don't.
And look, I've been in a situation where I needed this bread, and God probably wasn't paying attention. I just got it, and that nigga turned around the scene. It was like, nigga, give me that back. That ain't for you.
That's not. Look, and
That
you
ain't
were
for
in
you.
there like, maybe that's best.
Yeah, I had to accept it.
That's
He
good.
said it was best.
So coming up, what was some of the biggest things? What are some of the biggest hurdles you came across in music?
It was so many, bro. When I first started in the music industry, it was no way to get in the music industry. It was like it was like a party that was going on that everybody knew about, but nobody could get into. That's like my favorite. It really was though. Like you couldn't even ask nobody about it. Like, man, you know how to get into such and such? They were, oh man, all right.
But I heard it's lit.
Yeah, I heard that shit lit though. Like that's how it was. So it was like, man, like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm from like Cleveland. I'm from like a place where I don't know how it is now, like, but like a nigga like the opener for somebody could come in and sell out. You know what I mean? Because they're like, man, we ain't never even seen nobody like doing, at this level. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I remember Gucci Man came to Cleveland for like 2 months straight, like every week. It sold out. Because it was like, we love Gucci Man. And I mean, shit, we don't need nobody else to come here. Shit, we like Gucci Man. That's what we listening to now. So it was a lot of, the biggest thing was never having an example of anybody, right? The first, I can say, person that I met that was in the music industry and was like doing good and like had a record deal was Ray Cash.
Ooh, bumping my music.
Yep,
my music.
Yeah,
what was the other one?
He had a Ray.
I'm a pimp in my own fucking mind. I'm a pimp
in my own fucking mind.
Yes,
so,
I used to love. He came. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
He came. I'm trying to remember. they used to play his video on the hour on, I think it was Jams.
Yeah,
MTV
MTV
Jams.
Jams,
And that was how I heard of him. I didn't know he was
Yep.
from Cleveland. That's crazy.
Bro, bro, it's so funny. He like the first, like, where I was like, man, like winning, like, you know, me and my boy Chip he'd be like, come to the studio. You know, he liked the Chip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He fucked with me too. Like, yo, he's like the little bros.
Right.
You know, I'm in here with such and such, and I'm smoking this weed. You know, he was like the first person I seen like to have like the rapper weed. You know, we in there, we hitting weed. Next thing I wake up 8 hours later on the couch, like, damn, I was asleep. You know, all that time. So shout out to Ray Cash, man. Like, he was like the first person that kind of showed us like sessions and like all of that stuff.
Okay.
So, you know, meeting him was like big for like Chip because it was like a big brother like example, you know what I'm saying, as an artist and somebody who had like a record deal and they on TV and they
The
traveling.
blueprint, the closest thing to the blueprint of Hollywood that you have around you.
Yeah, especially coming from a place like Cleveland where it's prevalent for like artists, you know what I'm saying, to come from. You know, it's a lot of creatives.
Even Chicago, we don't have any infrastructure there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's talented people,
Yeah.
but it's the Midwest, man.
Yeah.
It's overall, people in Wisconsin are thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
People, what, St. Louis, we had the guy Nelly Gibbs,
Yeah.
but it's like,
Now they got Sexy Red.
she's from St. Louis.
Is she from, or is she? No, I think she is from St.
She's
Louis.
from St. Louis?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think she is from St. Louis.
Ski.
Ski yee. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Like I switched that up.
you know what I want to ask. Is
Hey, go ahead. Feel free,
so
man.
when we have things, she's from St. Louis, Missouri. She was born in 98.
98, brother.
98.
I had on Jordan 13s in 98, by the way.
That was after The Lion King.
crazy.
That's the year Space Jam came out, or Space
Might
Jam
have
was
been a
before
year.
that?
No, Space Jam 96, right?
90,
11, yeah.
Because I
96.
know, because Lion King's 94, so Space Jam's 96.
So she's born after all of that.
After all of that.
When was Aladdin? Was that 90?
Aladdin was, let me see, that was 92.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm old.
He said Aladdin.
Grandpa Duke.
It's just, when you have artists like that come out,
Yep.
what does that say?
Bro, I am not, this is in no way disrespect to anybody. Kaya came out when I was a kid.
Touche.
Her song said, my neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. I was a kid. I knew exactly what she was talking about.
Right.
I watch every adult I know sing this song, ride around to it, listen to it, bump it.
Not wrong.
It wasn't no internet for people to get on there and get testimonials and complain. And most of the time, niggas was just drunk listening to it, right?
Facts.
So the whole time, it's been songs that have been, bro, Master P made "Fuck them other niggas" because I'm down.
for my nigga.
You know how many niggas I watched get knocked out to that song? Nuck if you buck. Boy, nuck if you buck. I grew up in that era. I grew up in the era where a nigga would punch you because a song came on.
That's true. Little John had some.
So,
what?
like,
we some
I
head
hate
busters.
That things have come that far to be that vocal, but I love that it exists because it's reality and it shows people that, hey, this exists. Yes, it is a lot of sexy reds in certain neighborhoods in America. I believe that 100%, and I know that
No, it's facts.
to be true
It's
from
facts.
being from those kind of neighborhoods and being like, oh, that's little Shantae. She wild, bruh. She crazy. That's such and such baby mama. She got like 6 kids.
Right.
But just so happened now, Shantae a rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she go viral. And everybody in the world knows about this person. But we also, no offense, right? We watch everybody kind of go viral. Bro, you remember the mental, like, I don't want to say retardation.
50 Tyson?
You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Do you
I
remember
know.
that era?
Yes, I remember
Bro, we
50 Tyson.
literally laughed at them and listened to everything they had going on and made
Yeah.
jokes and reposted them. And they was like special needs.
Right.
We've went through a lot of like eras, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially as millennials.
Oh, yeah, because everything was new. And
it's
Yeah.
new. Bro, the Jackass era. Like,
Yeah.
watching that, like, that
As
shit was
people
crazy to
harm
me.
themselves for,
Yeah, do, kind of borderline weirdo, you know what I'm saying? Stuff. So
that's the jackass.
like, I don't know. I've seen a lot on TV and in music and all that, and I've been paying attention the whole time. And a kid, so I'm like, I see her. Yeah, it's crazy, but has it always existed in a form, some way, shape, or form? Yes.
Yeah, and I agree with that. You make some very good points. I think my only problem comes with because of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's found by people who are a little more impressionable.
Oh, I agree.
And then it's like, I fear for it as somebody who's getting, and this is I'm getting old, but I fear for it as somebody who's getting older. If it's like, oh, if I have a daughter, like, how could I explain to my daughter that, like, I would have to tell my daughter, like, yeah, you don't want to be Cardi B. How do I explain that to my daughter? No, but you see my point, though. I'm not saying you don't want to be Cardi B. Shout out to Cardi B.
I know what you mean.
But, like, even the journey she had to take to become Cardi B has made her a very stronger person. But at the same time, I might not want that for my kid.
Yeah.
But it's, how do you say that when it's like, no, but that is...
Yeah. I think it's scary because, you know, it's the what if, right?
Right.
I think the crazy part about it be watching people go through certain circumstances and overcome them to become whatever they are,
right,
where it's in front of people. And then,
but that's not the narrative that's sold. That's why that's what I'm saying, because it's even the same thing when I look at any huge artist, and I know you feel the same, or any huge producers you've worked with, anyone you admire. You admire them for the work. Yeah, you don't just admire somebody because they're famous or they seem lit. Like, I know what kind of person you are. You do not. You admire them because it's like, nah, bro. Like, you'll even say, regardless of how I feel, he did X, Y, and Z. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah. So it's not framed in that way. People. Think how many people just, for example, think how many people just loved Michael Jackson, but they just loved Michael Jackson. Yeah. It wasn't rooted in, like, man, do you know how many times this nigga practiced those spins? Do you know that nigga got his ass beat to learn how to do blah, blah, blah? Then he took that and then he took that over here. This man, they don't look at that. Yeah. They just think like, same with a nigga like Dre. It's like, they just like, oh yeah, that's cool, man. He's the man. But like, no, it's the steps that he took that made him the man. Agreed. And it's the same with like how you just explained a Sexy Red. Yeah. But it's not framed that way. Yeah. It's just the virality of it. So let's be real. Think of all the shit we liked when we were like 16. Yeah. A lot of it was not positive, I'm sure.
No, not at all.
But
bro, I used to listen to this song. It said, yep, in my white tee.
Yep.
In my white tee. We know it. Like, that was my shit. Dancing to it.
Don't.
Probably hopped in the whip with one of my boys to go get me a white tee because of it. So,
right.
Yeah, the poison aspect of it, right, is, it's sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, in that aspect of, like, you know, make it sexualizing, like, young, you know, impressionable kids and stuff. But it's just like I said, it's a reality too, where it's like, man, these kind of people exist. You know what I'm saying? And this kind of things are going on in certain parts, and we shedding light on it. It's like, I grew up in the gang culture around like in that era, like, and not saying I grew up in it, like I wasn't. In Cleveland, we don't necessarily have gang. It's more like streets. So it's like people claim blocks. I'm from this block. I'm from that block. Okay. And then a lot of that, how they dress or how they operate, is influenced by the music or the movies. In our community, it's some different movies. You know what I mean? We got Boys in the Hood. We got crazy movies. You know what I'm saying? Where it's usually triumph to tragedy. You know, you watch them do something great, they get gunned down. You know what I mean? And we've been seeing that for a long time. Belly. So yeah, I feel like you know, it can be shifted. Like, it can be some different examples of that. I think it is. I think it's just what people pay attention to. You know, people's favorite TV shows is people arguing. Like right now, the most popular thing is people doing what me and you doing, but they arguing about something.
Oh, 100%.
And this is the thing. It's like, 100%. Oh yeah, man, you hear what they was talking about? Now people don't even care about who's saying it. They just care about, they care about who's saying it, but not from a popularity. They care if they like them or not to listen. So if they like the person that's talking, I'm listening to what they're saying. If they don't like them, man, they ain't talking about nothing.
You know, and it's that divide, man. Like, you know, you should be able to hear from both sides of the argument in any situation, you know, and due to algorithms and whatnot, like I know we're only pushed what we like.
Yeah.
You know, it takes, I read something that was like, it's 2 seconds. And if you like linger on something, anything for 2 seconds on your phone, it's like, oh, he likes that. We're going to push more of that.
Because all I get on my algorithm is crazy food.
Listen, those posts, I love those. I was literally going to ask, how do you find these? Count your days.
Bruh, count your motherfucking days, boy. No, you know, it's funny, again, it goes to the health stuff, right?
Right.
So for me, it's like, I wanted to, you know, it's like a lot of time when I get around people, they hide their food, or man, I was just eating, man, I just thought RJ ate a salad. I was like, damn, bro, I didn't even say that. So I started understanding, I was like, oh, since I'm healthy, people hold themselves accountable when I come around because maybe my spirit just get at my energy. So how do I make fun of the things that people are eating that's going on in the world without it being a standpoint of me being judged and like, you shouldn't eat that, because I don't feel like it should be like that. I feel like we can kind of all laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? Just like how when I watch dudes, or we play the would you game, you know, you look at chicks and be like, would you?
Oh, right.
You know, type vibe. So I feel like it's like that with the food. Like some of that stuff I post, some of it look good.
You know what? I'm not gonna hold you. There was one I was looking at.
Did you see the Mac rib today?
That's what I saw. And I saw that Mac
rib,
bro, and I said,
is the blackest thing,
and it
ain't even black people present it. That is one of the blackest things I have ever seen in my life.
The Mac rib.
A Mac rib, not a McRib. Y'all heard of the McRib? The McRib is the fake hamburger meat patty with the little burns in it.
I gotta show
this. Like the high school lunch. But the Mac rib is literally ribs.
Man, yo, and it looks
stuffed with macaroni and cheese. It looks
so good too. Let me see.
Oh, you gonna pull it up?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. Look how great this looks like. Oh, okay, his TV wants to. See, whenever you try to do something new, this happens.
That's crazy.
It's
Is
always
it not connecting?
No. I updated the TV because everything needs a fucking update now, and so now it's being you know how the game goes.
Oh my god!
But we'll look at the Mac rib in a minute. But no, but I like the only thing I didn't need in it is the sausage links.
Which ones?
In the McRib, it has like the
they
sausage.
added those. Yeah, they did add those.
Yeah, like I didn't need that. But
you want the waffle fries with the mac and cheese?
No, I would take the mac and cheese with just the rib. There we go.
And it really could be count your days.
That's all
by the
you
way.
need.
That's OD, bro.
See, I don't need.
Why not?
I don't need the stuff
Why not
on top.
just have ribs
with some mac and cheese
on the side?
Well, okay, I like the presentation.
Why everything gotta be? You know what? Y'all gotta stop sexualizing food, man. I realize, man.
Yeah,
food is sexualized. This is gluttony at its finest.
Oh, for sure.
But I ain't mad at somebody trying to do a little different presentation.
I just think the standing up rib is nice with a little mac and cheese is nice, but
then you go brisket on top.
The brisket, see, that's when it starts getting crazy, and then it's like the hot links.
Then you bring the hog in,
and then the tea stop.
So now you remix and you just eating a whole farm on one thing.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Oh my gosh,
this one,
Jesus.
So
this right here is pepperoni with pizza on the side. So if you want to get you some pepperoni. Pizza on the side.
Bro, my stomach would be destroyed.
Bro, that right there is Heartburn Records right there, my brother.
Heartburn Records.
If you burp, you're going to start a fire, nigga.
Oh, God, that looks terrible. Let me see what else you got out here.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
So what was that?
So this right here is what I call niggas eat anything with a crunch, right? And I'll prove it to you. In the comments, niggas is like, man, that look kind of good, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
It's rabbit?
It is a lot of people saying.
I ain't gonna lie. Look good, bro. Bugs and Busters finna be in my belly. I'm dead. Not the rabbit's fry. I mean, I heard rabbit is pretty good.
Bro, I've never, no offense, looked at a rabbit and was like, man, that shit probably go crazy on some bread.
Have you ever watched like shows like Alone or like those shows where they do?
All right, I got a funny theory about this.
Okay, let me hear it.
All right, so Alone, right? Motherfuckers be out in the middle of the woods, no food, nothing.
Right.
But they got a camera, full setup. the battery get changed.
I be thinking about this.
So they took batteries but no food. Yeah, man, I'm gonna make sure my camera's fully charged, my phone, everything, but no.
I've allowed myself to believe because I want it to be as real as possible.
Yeah.
I've allowed myself to believe that that's production.
Okay.
So production, because they do the test every morning to make sure that you're like fit and like can go on.
Yeah.
So they probably come swap. But I have thought that I was like, do they just leave these niggas with no food and like 5 extra batteries? Like, okay, so here's your batteries. Make sure you change these out every 30. Like, nigga, if I'm hungry, I'm not thinking about no battery being dead.
Bro,
like,
where are the people that just want to do this?
Middle America. I can say that with all confidence. They're in Middle America.
They're in Virginia.
Yeah, they're in Virginia. They're in
Ohio.
Ohio. Yes, they're in Illinois. Maybe not Chicago, but they're in Illinois.
Definitely in Illinois. Michigan. For
Michigan. Sure. Yeah, they're over there. Because you don't see people like, hey, I live on 6th and 6th and Broadway in New York. I'm from Brooklyn and I want to go live in no.
Just as a black man, I never like woke up and was like, man, you know what? I want to struggle really bad and like I want to document it. Now the fact that I've had done that, I have struggled and it's been documented.
Listen, I think it takes a level of security in life to go, I want to go out there with nothing and see if I can live off the land. Or you're the kind of person who you don't. You're really one of those people who travels, or you're kind of like a nomad, where you like, don't really care.
You ever see the Yosemite?
Yosemite, no.
I think it's is it Yosemite?
Like the place?
Like the mountains?
Oh, yeah.
The documentary, though.
Oh, no, I've never seen it.
It's called Free Fall.
Free Fall?
Oh, you need to check that out. I think it's called Free Fall, I want to say.
Let me look at it.
It's a documentary where this dude climbs Yosemite free fall, like with no gear, no climbing gear.
Oh, shit.
Or whatever. And I'm like, man, that's definitely like, I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to die today, and if I survive, I'm gonna make a documentary about it. he won like awards and everything from it. It's pretty good, yeah.
That's what
he climbing like a crazy.
Wait, is it a romance?
Is it called?
Wait, this is. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what comes up when I look at Free Fall. And you tell me if this is the movie. I don't know if this is the movie.
Oh hell no! That's Brokeback Mountain too.
Yeah, that's what I was
Free Fall. No,
that
maybe it's called
Yosemite.
Yosemite movie. Yosemite climb movie.
Yosemite
climbing movie. Yep. There you go. I don't know why I called it Free Fall.
It's
a bunch
of Dawn Wall.
Hold on, hit documentary then. Yosemite climbing Free Solo.
Free Solo.
Yeah.
Okay.
He won an award for this joint though.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
He climbing that joint, bro. He climbing that joint and it was like dark. It's ridiculous. You gotta watch this. Like, that's a joint to watch where you gonna be like,
how long did it take him to like climb the thing?
I forgot the time because it came out 2018, so I seen it then. So what's that been? 6 years? I ain't seen it in 6 years, but it was amazing.
Let me see.
Yeah.
This is the preview.
Oh, this joint's crazy. This is crazy. Look at this shit. So imagine climbing that with your bare hands, bro.
Do you feel different to be up there without a rope? It's obviously like much higher consequence.
No rope.
People who know a little bit about climbing, they're like, oh, he's totally safe. And then people who really know exactly what he's doing are freaked out.
I've thought about El Cap like for years, and every year I'm like,
that's crazy.
I'll never be content.
Beast. He was getting in shape. Crazy.
El Cap is the most impressive wall on Earth. It's 3,200 feet.
This is crazy. So what possesses somebody to do this?
Ridiculous. I think maybe he just wanted a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
I just never woke up and was like, you know what? I think I want to die today. And if I don't, I'm the man.
I think I'm the man. I think about it kind of like when I see like remember Travis Pastrana, the dude who used to do like the backflips on
fuck yeah, hell
all
yeah.
that kind of shit. And I'm just like, once you're that guy, they're doing a documentary. It's like, oh, cool, that's badass. How do you get that good? I know how you probably got good at making beats. I know how I got good at making beats.
Yeah.
That's called a lot of practice and a lot of bad beats. You can't
Yes.
have a lot of bad climbs.
Oh, because one fall, that's all.
That's
literally like,
bruh. That's
yeah, you got to check that one out. I already
I'm
know
gonna
it's
check
going.
that
Yeah.
but I'm sure there's just
Oh, you gonna be caught up in it. You gonna be like, oh no.
mentality.
Yeah.
His mentality's probably crazy.
Oh, it gotta be.
Yeah, like he's
You see, dude living like a one of them vans with like the bed and all that stuff in it. He just drive around doing that.
nomad. Just
Yeah.
He doesn't want possessions.
Man,
He wants experience.
Just a beast, bro.
Man.
Like left his house to go do that, and just was like, "This what I'm doing." Like, man, I guess that's finding purpose.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean it's purpose.
Man,
Damn. That's crazy.
crazy, bro.
That's crazy. So what was it like? What was it like when you did the Eazy record?
Oh man, full circle moment, dream come true moment. Last thing I expected to happen, right?
Right.
And not that I doubted anything, but I was just like, it's no way, like I'm about to work with Kanye and this song, this song coming out this fast.
Yeah, because it happened fast.
It happened fast, bro. It's like we got in the studio with him on like a Friday or a Saturday or something like that, and the song was out by the following Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. It's like, it went from like my year starting off. I'm like, okay, 2022, what we about to do? Doing all the little posts,
Intention.
all the things I did last year, writing all these ideas down, and then, the first day didn't feel like that. The second day, I'm like, you suck, and then the third day game's like, yo, come by the studio today. We're gonna start working on the album, and by the way, Kanye's supposed to come by. So put some stuff together. He called me the day before, and I'm like, okay, yeah, Kanye might come. I don't know. Yeah, that sound cool.
Yeah.
But not that I didn't believe Game, because every time he said something, it's 100% true.
Right.
It was me doubting me even being there when it happened. Like, oh, I'm probably,
He might come
I
through
ain't
later.
I might not even wake up tomorrow. No, I'm just right. But put a couple ideas together. Get to the studio. We just vibing. Next thing you know, door open up. Man, Ye walk in. Him, Alexander Wang, somebody else. It's like, damn, this shit just turned up quick. Game like, yo, let me play you some stuff. Get to playing records, running through some stuff that he worked on prior. Him and Hid, some stuff I worked on. And then he got to what became Eazy. And it wasn't, we're playing it for him like as the intro to the album. So we're like, yo, we just want to play the intro to the album. Then maybe we make something. All right, cool, whatever. Play it. And he looks over at Hit Boy. He's like, yo, I need this. This is the one I need to get on. And everybody kind of like, okay, well, this is like the intro. You know what I mean? But anybody saying that, he's like, yo, can we load this up?
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah. Shit. Just load it up. A couple minutes pass, just load it up. He's like, yeah, I want to go in the booth. Just go in the booth and start flaming that shit, boy. Like, crazy. It was crazy. It was like, what? I don't get it. Like, damn, it's that easy. It can happen that easy. It made me look at all the people that, they're not, I hate, it's like a cliche to look at it, but not, because people say gatekeeper, and I don't believe in that, because I hop gates. Like, I'm from the hood. If I'm getting chased by something, I'm going to hop a fucking fence. So, if I'm chasing, trying to get somewhere, I'm not going to let
that gate ain't going to hold me back.
But it just made me be like, damn, things really can go like this and happen, and the music can come out and stuff. And that's the reality. So it made me more of a believer. It made me, I think that thing happened in my life from a spiritual perspective, to be able to share that story, to be like, hey, man, you literally can have a thought in your head and that shit can exist. You know what I'm saying? And I think that happened in my life for that, and for me to still be the person that's down on earth to be like, yo, bro, you can work with Kanye. You can get music to anybody. It's possible. It's not impossible. And by the way, they're human. It's just a human being that makes music, that love music just like you, is inspired,
right?
By things just like you. So yeah, that was crazy. It was a crazy moment, bro. I can't lie.
That's
checklist.
A great way to look at it too, man.
Yeah. It's a checklist moment, bro, where I'm like, because I started making beats because of Kanye. That's who I was trying to make beats like when I first started. I was trying to sample right away. You know what I mean? Like,
Mr. Sandman.
man, that beat was so bad.
Oh man.
I don't know what I was thinking.
That was the first rep.
I just trying to do something different though. You know what I mean? Than what I was hearing. You know,
And you've kept that.
yeah,
You've kept that.
Try to, man. Keep my own identity. You know, it'd be hard from a business aspect sometimes because it's like you can't do things and operate a certain way and yield results. You know, not is it necessarily every result you want. No, but is it like monetarily? You know, can pay off? Yeah, it's ways for that to happen.
Right.
I've always been forced to have to go the organic route, but it's been a blessing. You know what I mean? Not forced. You know, I've always wanted to go the organic route, but even if like I said, I turned to another way. God was like, "Hey, big fella, this is the way you supposed to go."
Right.
Sorry, man, that ain't the door for you.
I feel the same with my career. There's so many things where sometimes you see other people get a whole lot of whether it's just help or more direction, or they just plugged, whatever it is, but it's invaluable the things that you learn along the way trying to do it on your own.
Agreed.
Or trying to you learn every piece to the puzzle opposed to just being
agree,
like,
bro.
You know.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think this shit a journey, man. You know what I mean? It's definitely a journey.
And it's a marathon, not a race. It's a long
Gotta be built
marathon.
for it.
Hell
You gotta train every day. You can't be eating mac ribs every day. Fried rabbit sandwiches. Like,
man, shit. What do you wanna do this year? What are you excited about?
This year I'm excited about dropping this lo-fi project. I want to dive into that. Just put
you're doing a full lo-fi project?
Yeah, so
Hell
instrumentals, lo-fi instrumentals.
I love.
Yeah.
I did one in 2021.
Oh, that's
it was called Airline Anthems.
Oh,
so
that's
the whole I gotta send it to you. I think you'll fuck
please,
with it.
bro. Definitely.
It's a full. It's only like 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, it's 22 minutes and 2 seconds, which is
that's
crazy.
hard.
It just was that way.
Yeah.
But it's all like airport themed instrumentals, and I just made it, and they're all lo-fi. But
I need to check that out.
I love lo-fi, bro. That's good.
I just wanted to do like some vibey, like different stuff. You know, just being an underground, like creative, type mindset. Again, I consider myself a guy that like does things that garners attention and opportunity within the music industry. I don't really look at myself as like an industry figure. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think I fit. I fit in that space. You know, I might have like some of the criteria. I've achieved some of the things, but
you're not.
I just love making
industry
music.
guy. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
that ain't. You know what I mean? I'm a guy that knows a lot of people and has good relationships within the industry.
There you go. And that's a better way to be.
Man, best way to be for me.
Hell yeah, bro. But listen, man, thank you so much for coming through.
Man, I appreciate you having me, dog.
Hell yeah, we'll do this again.
Come on, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Yes.
And we out.
We out,
Peace.
baby. Peace.